At likely the worst time in their lives, teenagers in foster care need understanding and guidance the most. If you were to be torn from the only home you have known and suddenly have to survive in a new environment with new people, with new rules, how would you act? Is it too late at this time in their life to make a difference and provide them guidance to have a good future while maintaining your own sanity and life as foster parents? According to the Department of Human Services, there are over 400,000 children currently in the foster care system just in the United States. This is newborn through 21 years old. With statistics like that, you likely know a foster child, foster parents, or have been one of the previously mentioned. If you are, you've had a front row seat to the struggles for the children, the system, the caseworkers, and foster parents. If you do not know anything about this, let me provide some insight as it affects your life, whether you are aware of it or not. In October of 2021, I received a call from DHS as I was coming home from a long day's work. I was told a young family member of mine had been taken from her parents, and I was asked if I could take her into our home. Since I love this child dearly, I did not hesitate in my decision myself, but I needed to speak to my husband as this would affect his life as well. As I pulled into our driveway, he was already outside like something just told him I needed him right away. This is just how our relationship works. I placed DHS on hold, explained the situation quickly, and he agreed without hesitation that we would take her. Over the next 6 months, as new foster child and parents, we would learn a lot, cry often, and do the best we knew how. Teenagers are tough in many ways, especially to raise and have an impact on. The statistics for teens in foster care are staggering. Making a difference in a short period of time is critical. Before I share with you the statistics of teens' long-term effects in foster care, let's talk about foster parents and their thoughts on taking on teenagers. Taking on teenagers is a big deal, especially in today's world. How things were done in the 90s is much different now with social media. Most people want younger children because they think they're easier to care for. Parents want to help prepare them for life as they know what's ahead for the young person. According to Christy Farrell, the director of Permacy, sometimes you see teenagers come into care and they have that attitude like everyone's against them. It takes care and consistency to let the child know that they are safe and they are in a caring place. And that is how they start to thrive. Teenagers are challenging no matter if they're foster, adopted, biological, or bonus child. Being that they're a teen, their time is limited as they could be reunited with their families because that is the goal, or they would age out. Now that you've heard a little from our foster parents, let's take a look at statistics of teens and long-term effects from foster care and aging out. Not reuniting with their families and aging out means they likely do not have the support of a loving, stable place to lean on. To add to it, access to services and support for the foster system is lost as well. According to the Annie E. Casey Foundation, in 2020, 20,000 out of 400,000 youth left foster care without reuniting with their parents. 1 in 5 become homeless or incarcerated. 1 in 10 give birth or father a child before they are 21 years old. These youth are looking at challenges of academic and behavioral issues as well as the before mentioned if they do not dig deep and plug themselves into healthy behaviors and find good sources for improving their life with tools that their foster parents did their very best to provide them. Now that we've covered teenagers, aging out, and the statistics, let's talk about being the difference. It is extremely overwhelming to hear how many lives this affects, the caseworkers, the foster parents, and most importantly, the child. It is extremely overwhelming. but foster parents do it every day. Rachel Ludwell writes, I made a lot of mistakes, and there are so many things I've learned and educated myself in before fostering teens I wish I could go back and do. But even with that, they still come and stay in contact and say, I love you and miss you. All the statistics do not have to become reality for foster parents and teens. You have to educate both you and be trauma informed. The system may not provide you all the training. In review, because now you know about teenagers in the foster care system and what they go through, you can better appreciate the efforts of the system, the foster parents, and how everyone's life is affected long term. When you take on the life of a foster parent, especially for a teen, you give all you have. For however long you have with them, you provide them a home, love, guidance, understanding, stability, and rules to give them the best chance they have. They will test you in every way and affect your environment in ways you didn't even know was possible. You may not be able to turn every single embedded unhealthy behavior around in a short time, but I guarantee that you have made a difference. You have to be the person you needed yourself when you were young, no matter the situation, and know you had nothing else left to give. These teenagers are the future of our world, and what do we want that world to look like?